Get ready to see lots of pretty silver. Grab a hot beverage, perhaps. Or a cold one, because I really don't care what you drink. While you're at it, maybe grab a snack. And prepare yourself for the Sunday ramble. Yes, I'll be rambling a little longer today, since I have some free time. Ooh. I bought this piece a couple weeks ago. This is a 1 pound silver quarter. So I'm going to be reviewing my recent purchases, and also I'm going to address the comments and questions that you've been asking, that you've been waiting to hear the answers to. So Shaquille Oatmeal writes, Dear Thousandaire Radio, how did you become so popular, and why do you have so many friends? Well, Shaquille Oatmeal, you're kind of creeping me out. You must know me in real life, because how would you know I have so many friends, and how would you know that so many people like me, and that I am popular? I'll have you know that I don't discuss security, but it's there, Shaquille Oatmeal. It's there. So you better watch your fucking back. When you're showing silver and gold like this, it's important to keep your identity secret, but, you know, things slip through the cracks, I guess. On to the next one. So, Bad Karma writes, Thousandaire Radio, how did you get so much silver and gold? And how did you keep buying it the way that you were buying it? Well, that's a good question. I try to buy at least 1, 2, 3 pieces a week, you know, ounces, and that's from work. I go to a job, and I work, and they pay me money. Sometimes I make large amounts of money, like a tax return, or I took some money out of crypto gains that was nice and put it into metals to rebalance my portfolio. So there are some hefty purchases here and there. I think it's very important, no matter what you're doing, to do it in little pieces. Just consistency trumps Herculean tasks. Like, don't try to do something all at once. Do it little by little, constantly, consistently. And the results just pile up immensely. That was a good question. Look at this Acer Nadir 10-ounce bar. Oh my gosh, isn't this beautiful? And the premiums are not high on these. I just want to fill a suitcase with them, but I know if I did, the freaking handle would snap off if I tried to pick it up. Plus, I don't have enough money to buy that many of them, really. So, I was watching a video about the Wall Street silver squeeze, and I'm not sure if it's real or not, because a lot of the information's opaque, so anyone's guess is as good as mine, or theirs, whatever. But anyway, I wrote a comment underneath that said, I'm not sure if he is right or wrong, but I'm buying silver every week like a crazy person. So in response to my comment, Clouds Above wrote, how long will you hold it? Don't dealers sell it to you at a 40% markup and then buy back at 90% of the spot price? Sounds like massive losses if you're not going to hold it for decades. By which point, who knows if it will be valuable per industry demand. Well, you know, Clouds Above, I definitely understand the skepticism for this investment, or whatever you want to call silver. Store of wealth, what have you. Sometimes I feel kind of irrational stacking, like I'm just wasting some money. There it goes. I'll get it back, but probably less. Well, first off, I'd like to start by saying silver is just part of my portfolio. I keep other investments, other things, although I do have a high amount in gold and silver, percentage-wise. I was stacking pretty heavy in 2010. Well, heavy at the time for me, for my finances. Premiums were still a little above 20%, which is high for an investment. I get it. But the price is the price. And the bull run came, and I sold my silver at $40 on the way up to 50. So, could I have gotten more money at the time I sold? Did I lose premiums? Yes, but silver was up. Do I need to realize a loss if there isn't a loss? No, I do not. I just will not sell. Will I hold it for decades? Yes, I will hold it for decades. I always like to add to my silver and gold. This is my actual wealth, the way I see it. Some people may not see silver and gold as their actual wealth. Well, I will just refer you to the Constitution and the rest of the world. I mean, basically, the past 50 years in the U.S. have just been an experiment. So, if you think that your wealth is numbers on your phone in a Robinhood account, or just cash in the bank or your 401k, you may want to look into history a little bit and diversify. Not advice. You look it up. You figure it out. The silver and gold are basically like insurance for the economy. And, if the stock market goes up forever, then it will be a waste of money. I would think so. But look at other insurances like health insurance. If you pay for health insurance, but you eat healthy and you exercise and you really never need it, then, that's a very high premium. Same thing with like firearms. Say you buy a firearm and you train with it all the time, and then you really never have to use it. Yes, that's a very, very high premium. You paid car insurance all your life, and let's say you just get in a small fender bender. There's no way you used all that money that you've been paying all your life just to fix a bumper. So, again, a very high premium. As far as industrial demand for the future, well, it's a speculation. So you have to look at the world and speculate. I speculate that silver is very useful for electronics and will always have a use. How much of it is there in the crust? I don't know. I'm not a miner. I don't have X-ray satellites. I don't know. But I know that it is far more difficult to make an ounce of silver than it is to make a dollar bill. So it's useful, and it's costly to produce. At least more costly to produce than $100 bills, which cost, I don't know, I've heard like 10, 12, 18 cents to make a $100 bill. Well, anyway, on to the next question. So, who's your daddy? Writes, Thousandaire Radio, I think you are stupid and I hate you. Well, who's your daddy? I guess everyone's entitled to their opinion, and that's not really a question, so I really can't move forward with that. Opera Winfury writes, Thousandaire Radio, you sound kind of fat. Are you fat? Well, that question has nothing to do with silver, I guess, but it also does have to do with wealth, because your health is your wealth as well, and yes, at times I'm fat. I'm currently fat, yes. Not very, very fat, but fat, yes. And sometimes I'm not fat. But these days there's been a lot more times, yes, a lot more times where I'm fat. So I guess I would say yes. Yes. So Christian Bailout writes, what do you think about generosity? I'm actually kind of glad you asked that question. A lot of people don't consider generosity. I mean, even when we were looking back to the comment that I got before about the premiums, I've been thinking about managing my fees. I like to go have coffee and stop by the local coin shop. They also sell firearms and cool stuff. And I don't squabble too much over the premiums with them. I generally tip really well when I go get a cup of coffee or something, and I always say when I tip heavy, it keeps me out of church, because I like to be generous with my money, and a lot of investment books will say you should give away 10%. Regardless of whether it's a tithe to the church or not. What's an extra dollar here and there at the local coin shop? After all, I like what they do, and it's nice when your money goes to somebody that's actually worth a damn. But you know what? When I go to sell this stuff, they're going to be like, this guy was generous, so maybe I'll be generous when I buy it back. Would I count on that? No. Does stuff like that happen? Yes, it does happen. A lot with me, actually. And while we're on the topic of generosity, actually, if you're enjoying this video, if you're still here, why don't you hit the likes button and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, because I'm going to try to do a video like this every week. Mostly during the week, I just do shorts, like 59-second videos, and while I'm having my coffee in the morning. Then I roll out. Maybe somebody can enjoy it. Maybe there's some wisdom gathered in my old age here that you could use. So, yeah, I'm going to try to do this again next Sunday. So, look forward to seeing you then. And if you want me to read your comments, go ahead and leave some comments. And I'll see you next time.